It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Bongolwethu Sonti. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Cape Town, South Africa.
My name's Aisha Barnsa and I'm from Cape Town, South Africa.
I'm Claire Gamel. I'm 28 and I'm coming from Cape Town, South Africa.
My name is Tifla. I'm from Cape Town, KTC. I'm 27. Yeah.
I'm Kobane Jombile and I'm 28 years old.
My name is Zidungile. I'm 27 and I'm from the Eastern Cape in Umtata.
In my world right now as a student, we're all aiming to go overseas. That is our aim. We don't see the opportunity over here, although our land is so fruitful and there is opportunity. It's just that the money isn't directed to the youth. We don't have that that vision here in SA that we can make money, we can have a good life. We're so far from it that we feel that we actually have to flee our home to actually make it in life and grow somewhere else where we will get more of the opportunity. So I feel that it's very sad because we live in a beautiful country. There's absolutely everything. We've got the beaches, the views, the people. It's just that it's a pity that everybody's mindset is kind of just drained into go overseas and you'll make money. Yeah.
I don't want to respond to that. but I think there's quite a lot of challenges in South Africa, which makes me as a young person to be fearful of the future, I guess. But I think we also have quite great people, great institutions that are working to make the future brighter, different. And I think, yeah, in terms of opportunities, I think there's a lot of opportunities for people. I think a lot more can be done, but there's a lot of opportunities for the future. I think I have no reason to go overseas.
There's a lot of opportunity, but it's not being thrown into our faces.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of like dig really deep to find opportunity. And people are hungry for opportunity, especially our young youth. But it's so funny that we don't look within our country, and that's the sad thing, is because we're not exposed to the opportunity that's laying right in front of our feet. Yeah.
I've kind of got an opposite story. So I'm from Canada and I've come overseas. This is my home, and I mean, I've come to really immerse myself and do my best to understand. I mean, I always acknowledge my privilege and where I come from, but there was something in South Africa that I couldn't deny. It was an energy, it was the people, it was just the resiliency and I mean, yeah, I think South Africa has everything. I think it has all of the best and all of the worst, but if you look to the worst, you're going to just see the worst, and if you look to the best, then you can at least go forward and move up. And that's way easier said than done, and I get there's so many complexities, but I just feel for this country, like I just feel like it's the most amazing place. And my mom hurts when I say that. But like, yeah, I just think that South Africa has everything.
Yeah, I also think there's also been historically a lot of the West being ideal. And there's always been that. I always listen to people on the train, for example, complain about things, and they're like, in Australia, things like this and this and this. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why don't you move to Australia then? Like, there should be an understanding of where we are, who we are in the country, our history, and how we got here. We didn't just become a developing country. Like we didn't just wake up and made ourselves developing country. There's a lot of things, like the West themselves are responsible for getting us here. So it's unfair to compare ourselves to a developed country because the developed country made us a developing country. So I think for a developing country, there's a lot of opportunity. I think there's a lot of things that we've just scratched the surface on. Even entrepreneurship, I think there's a lot of opportunity for people to be entrepreneurs here. I think there's just also a lot of barriers, especially as a black woman, to get to certain places. So that's the reality. So it's a bit complex, but I don't think it's like, oh my word, the world is going down and there's no opportunities. We've been captured by the Guptas. I really do think there's a lot of opportunity in South Africa. I think it's also, we're talking with a friend about America and how we are a developing country that has such a liberal constitution and we have such liberal rights that other people in developed countries don't have. Yeah. And it's a brilliant place to be. Like, you'll go to America and now they're trying to take away contraceptive. And it's not even a thought in South Africa. Like, it's some of these rights and liberties that we have that we take for granted. So I think I'm like patriotic all the way. I think South Africa is a great country. I think we have issues, and I think we have institutions that have enabled us to tackle this. If there's Guptas, we have a public protector, and we're able to have honest conversations and transparent conversations about such things without any threat. But it's also not roses all the time. It's quite difficult as well.
Quite a few thorns there.
Yeah,
we have quite a couple of thorns. And I feel like in terms of South Africa and the future, I think we're in good hands. You know, I think the future does look really bright. If this breed of young people is anything to go by, then we are in great hands. I think the reason why South Africa is as it is right now is because it is poorly managed. You know, there's a lot of opportunity here, but I think the opportunities are in the hands of people who mismanage our resources. Because, I mean, the mining sector is doing great. You have a lot of sectors within we produce our own things, you know what I mean? But the people, the gatekeepers of those particular sectors are not doing a great job. But I think with the young people that are coming in right now and the kind of energy that they have, the kind of ideas that they have, and the kind of opportunities they are now exposing themselves to, and the kind of empowerment they're really running in, I think we're in good hands. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, we're going to be fine.
I think, you know, from my perspective, you know, I think if, you know, as a young kid, you know, in you know, even in rural areas, school is your only getaway, you know. So if we invest enough time in making sure that the curriculum that these kids get can, right after matric, they can sustain themselves. Yeah. You know, so you don't teach someone to depend on someone, you know, or to depend on someone else or something else, you know. So you teach someone to depend on themselves, you know. So the curriculum on itself, if we right there in primary and high school, we equip right there so that when you go out of high school, and then you can be able to, you know, creatively sustain yourself. You know,
that's very interesting. Another person once said we're having I'm very big on education and so forth. So we're having a conversation about our curriculum as a country, the fact that we accept 30% as a pass rate now, you know, and we're expected to compete globally, you know what I mean, with people who don't accept 30% as a pass rate is preposterous. And also, you don't have the same amount of people who are entering preschool graduating at varsity. You know what I mean? The numbers stand very uneven. So we need to do a lot there at entry level so that we make sure at exit level we have the same amount of people, the same amount of equipped people, you know what I mean? The skilled people. Because I love the TVET curriculum, you know, the college curriculum. I love it a lot because, one, there you have 50%, if not more, invested to practical. You know, and then you have another portion of that is invested to what? To theory. So when a student graduates from a TVET college or a college itself, you have a person that is fully equipped. You know, you have what you call a human asset. This person has both the same amount of hard skills and soft skills. And that is what we need going forward as a nation, you know. However, there is this whole stigma attached to the fact that, oh, if you go to varsity, then you are considered to be this person, who's a Gupta, if I may, who's a Gupta among the other children. However, I think that also the barrier of perception really needs to change among us, and that education needs to start with us. It won't start with the people high up there, because, they don't really care about us. Yeah.
My dream is to have the position that I gain in terms of being a leader of the nation and the continent, to lead young people into the next chapter of their lives and have young people fulfilling their potential.
My dream. I think that's a very tough question because I have many. But what I look forward to in life is just to be, well established and living life comfortably and feel that I'm safe, I'm healthy, and that the future's bright.
I think my dream is to live my life according to my truth and knowing exactly who I am, because if I know who I am and what I believe in, then I can live authentically, and just to make an impact, and in any way, big or small, just to leave a legacy in my life.
My dream is to be as good as a person that my dog already thinks that I am, So, yeah, that's just to be as good as a person and flourish in life,
Besides having land and being a white male, my dream is to live my truth as well, to travel. Yes, it's to travel and make a difference somehow.
I love art. So my dream is to see artists, including myself, having a self-sustained career. Not having artists die poor, not having artists have handouts when they die or when they are sick. My dream is to make sure that artists in this country are financially stable through their work.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.